Hi, my name is Beverly. I'm one of your student content shapers.
And hi, I'm Hannah. I work in the funding, graduation and awards team here at the university. And today we're going to be talking about the Student Support Fund.
So what is the Student Support Fund?
So it's the university's hardship fund. It's a pot of money that's set aside to help students who are in unavoidable financial difficulty, a little bit like a safety net.
And who can apply to the Student Support Fund?
So any registered student at the university can apply, regardless of whether you are an undergraduate student, postgraduate, full-time or part-time.
Can I apply as an international student?
Yes, international students can apply to the SSF. However, the way you apply and how you're assessed does differ slightly compared to home students. So we can only support international students with one-off unexpected costs. It can't help for general living costs or tuition fees. If you wanted to find out more information as an international student, then you can visit our webpage.
How long would it take my application to be assessed?
So completing the actual application form shouldn't take too long. However, you will need to gather various evidence such as bank statements to attach as part of your application. Once you've submitted it, we will assess it as soon as we can. However, it's not a guaranteed or instant award. It can take up to 4 weeks for your application to be fully assessed. It's really important that you submit all of the evidence as soon as possible to avoid any potential delays in your assessment.
Does it matter when I apply?
So we make an assessment based on the whole academic year for that student. So usually the academic year will start in September, however this might differ for non-standard courses such as medicine. For an undergraduate student we will assess you over 42 weeks and it's 52 weeks for a postgraduate student. When someone applies we look at the academic year as a whole rather than a snapshot of their current circumstances. This means that whenever you apply during the academic year, the outcome should be the same.
So can I apply if I haven't taken a student loan yet?
So we do need students to take out all other funding that they're entitled to before applying to the SSF, whether that's student loans, NHS bursaries, any other government allowances. We do also expect undergraduate students on their student loan application to have been means tested to ensure that they're receiving the highest possible amount that they're personally entitled to.
So this is kind of like a last minute result then?
Yes, exactly.
So how do you determine whether or not I get an award?
So we'll do a calculation to compare all the income you have available to you compared to essential expenditure. So you will need to evidence various income. When it comes to the expenditure, we have a set figure for most things, which encompasses travel, leisure, course costs, etc. The only thing which you will need to evidence, because it varies from person to person, is your rent or mortgage costs.
Once you've calculated the income and expenditure figures, what happens next?
So if your income is deemed high enough to cover your essential expenses, then unfortunately we won't be able to offer you an award. However, if you do have a calculated shortfall between your income and outgoings, then we can offer an award up to the maximum award value. The fund and what we can support with is limited, so if your shortfall is very high, then we may need to ask you to secure some other fundings and bring that down to a reasonable level before we can consider offering anything from the fund.
What happens if I have an unexpected emergency cost come up?
So we can help with exceptional emergency costs. When we talk about these kinds of costs, we're talking about emergency housing or travel to a funeral, for example. Things it can't help with are driving lessons or helping clear credit card bills, for example.
So why do you need my bank statements then?
So we don't ask for bank statements to make any judgments about how you spend your money or how you budget. The only reason we ask for them is so that we can verify your income and your circumstances. We do ask that you supply all bank accounts under your name, including savings accounts.
So does that mean if I have savings, I can't apply?
So you can still apply if you have savings, however this will be included in your income figure because it is money that is available to you to spend.
That makes sense. So how do I apply then?
So you can find the application form on the Student Support Fund webpage. You can also find additional resources on our cost of living web pages, which can be found on the University of Birmingham intranet page.
Thank you so much for joining me.
I hope you found this video useful.
Be sure to check out the Student Support Fund to see if you qualify.